Now let's take a look at solving quadratic equations by graphing. The steps here will be that first you just have to take a look at the graph, of course. And so you're going to graph the quadratic equation or look at the given graph. We're going to give you the graphs here for now. Later in this course we will look at what you would do to graph this by hand or with your graphing calculator. But really what you're looking for is the solutions, which are where y equals 0, or in other words, they are the x-intercepts. So that's what you'll hear us say, we're looking for the x-intercepts. That's the point where any graph touches the x-axis. It'll be form of y equal to 0, and x can be anything. And I have the definition of y-intercept down here just to clarify the difference. That's just where anything crosses the y-axis. Anything is 0y. So let's take a look at this first equation. You've got x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. And you note that this equation is set equal to 0, so when we graph this, we have y equals x squared plus 4x minus 5, which gives us this parabola. And here are our x-intercepts, which are nicely labeled for us, of -1, 0, and 5, 0. Of course, there's a y-intercept down here, but that doesn't matter. We're looking for where the y is equal to 0. So our solutions are going to be x equals -1 and x equals 5 for this problem, because those are the two different x-intercepts. Now let's take a look at the second equation where you have 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 is equal to 0. So let's take a look at a graph of that. So as you can see, this graph is a little bit more steep, and that has to do with the 2x squared that we have here. So the steepness of it means it's going to perhaps intersect the x-axis at different points than you expect, but as we take a look, the graph tells us everything we need to know. We're looking for those x-intercepts because that's where y is equal to 0. We want to find out when you get out 0. So it looks like to me that our x-intercepts and our solutions to this equation then are going to be at x equals -1.5 and at x equals 4. So if you're given an equation you're asked to solve graphically, all you need to do is to graph that quadratic equation as a y equals, look for